The library was quiet that afternoon. The kind of quiet where even the sound of turning pages feels sacred. Outside. Autumn leaves brushed softly against the windows. And inside sat a young woman named Emma Carter, all alone, at her favorite wooden table near the back of the Maplewood Public Library. This place was her escape. Her peace. Every time she stepped through those glass doors, it felt like stepping into another time, a time when stories still mattered, and people still believed in happy endings. But that day, Emma didn't know that a story hidden inside one of those old books was about to change her life. Before continue, please subscribe our channel and like our video. She ran her fingers across the old shelves, tracing dusty spines, searching for something new to read. Her eyes landed on a worn-out blue hardcover, To the Lighthouse. The edges were frayed, and the faint scent of old paper lingered. She smiled softly. A classic, she whispered, but as she opened it, something fluttered out, a folded yellow piece of paper. Drifting gently to the floor. Emma bent down, picked it up carefully. It looked old, fragile. She unfolded it, and then her heart skipped a beat. The handwriting was shaky, but neat. The first three words made her breath catch. Dear Lily, I'm sorry. She read every line, her eyes trembling over the words. Greater than Dear Lily. I don't know if you'll ever read this, but I needed to say what I couldn't say before. Greater than I was young, scared, and selfish. I ran away when you needed me most. Greater than not a single day has gone by that I haven't regretted it. Greater than if you ever find this, know that I loved you. I still do. I just didn't know how to stay when things got hard. Greater than you deserve better than me. Greater than James. Emma stared at the letter, her heart tightening. It wasn't just a love note. It was an apology, a raw, aching confession from someone who had lost something precious. She looked around, half expecting anyone to appear, but there was only silence, and in that silence, the letter felt heavy in her hands. As if it carried years of pain. That night, Emma couldn't stop thinking about it. Who were James and Lily? Did she ever get this message? Why was it hidden inside a book? Had he left it there on purpose? She whispered his name softly. James. The next morning, she made up her mind. She was going to find out. Emma took the letter to the librarian, Mrs. Henderson, an elderly woman with kind eyes who'd worked there for over 30 years. Mrs. Henderson adjusted her glasses. Read the letter quietly. When she finished, she let out a long, gentle sigh. Greater than, oh dear, that handwriting looks familiar, she said softly. Greater than a man named James Palmer used to come here years ago. Always sat in that corner. Quiet, polite, a little sad. Emma's heart leapt. Do you know where he is now? The librarian shook her head. He stopped coming a few years ago. I heard he moved out of town. Emma felt a pang of disappointment, but something inside her told her not to give up. For days, she searched through old archives, newspaper clippings, and library records. And finally she found it. A newspaper article from 1998, local couple's engagement broken off after tragic accident. The black and white photo below showed a smiling couple. The caption read, James Palmer and Lily Thompson. Emma's heart ached as she read. It said Lily's younger brother had died in a car crash, and soon after, James had disappeared from town. The engagement was called off. No one ever heard from him again. It made sense now. He hadn't just left her. He'd run away from grief. Emma looked at the letter again, and something caught her eye. At the bottom corner, faintly written in pencil, an address, Maple Avenue. She hesitated for a moment, then decided to go. Maple Avenue was quiet, lined with oak trees, their leaves gold and brown. She walked slowly until she found house number 114, a small, weathered home with a garden full of wild daisies. She took a deep breath and knocked.
Thank you, dear.
A few
Yes,
moments later,
everything's
the
fine. I
door
just
opened.
wanted to
An
make sure you
elderly
got
woman
this.
stood there, silver hair, soft eyes. "Can I help you?" she asked gently. Emma held out the folded paper. I think this might belong to you. Are you Lily? The woman froze. Her lips trembled. Where did you find that? In a book, Emma said softly. At the Maplewood Library. Lily took the letter, her hand shaking. As she read it, tears welled up in her eyes. When she finished, she pressed the paper to her chest. Her voice broke. He did write it, she whispered. He really did. They sat together on the porch as the afternoon sun turned golden. Lily spoke in a voice that carried years of love and loss. James and I were supposed to get married, but after my brother's accident, he blamed himself. He was the one driving that night. It wasn't his fault, but he couldn't forgive himself. One day, he just disappeared. Her voice cracked. I waited for years. I thought he'd come back. I didn't know he tried to write to me. Emma's eyes filled with tears. Maybe he wanted you to find it someday? Lily smiled faintly. Maybe this was his way of saying goodbye. Later that night, Emma looked up James's name online, and there it was, a small obituary from 2 years earlier, asterisk, James Palmer. Age 72, asterisk, a kind man who loved books, woodworking, and quiet places. Asterisk. Emma sat in silence as tears streamed down her face. He had carried his guilt to the very end, but somehow, even after his death, his words had found their way home. A week later, Emma visited Lily again. She brought a small wooden box she found at a thrift store. Inside, she placed the letter, a dried daisy from Lily's garden, and a note of her own, greater than asterisk. Sometimes stories find their way back, even when people don't. Greater than thank you for letting me be part of yours. Asterisk. Lily hugged her, tears in her eyes. You've given me peace, she whispered. After all these years, I can finally forgive him. That evening, Emma went back to the library. To the same shelf, the same spot. She slipped her own letter inside another book, tucked neatly between the pages. Asterisk. To whoever finds this, greater than if you're hurting. Remember that time doesn't erase love. Greater than, it only teaches us to forgive, to heal, and to hope again. Asterisk. And maybe that's what kindness really is. Not always grand gestures or heroic acts. Sometimes it's a letter found in an old book. Sometimes it's a stranger who cared enough to deliver it, because every small act of compassion has the power to heal a wound someone thought would never close. If this story touched your heart, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to Kindness Untold Story, and share it with someone who needs a little hope today. And tell us in the comments, what would you have done if you found that letter?